Um, real quick, Dave's got to head out, so
I'm good.
he just wanted me to cover a couple maintenance items. I just went down to California to the factory and covered a few things down there. They're claiming there's really not a ton of maintenance on these machines. There's a few grease fittings back on the tool changer. There's adjustment for how fast the tool changer comes in and out, and that's just a pneumatic cylinder back there. You just take that back cover off and you can adjust how fast it comes out and how fast it goes back in. They did mention that you know, over time, once you start running this, you know, 3 months, 4 months in, you may notice it starting to bang around a little bit. That's when you just need to get back there and adjust that a little bit.
Are they just flow controls? Is that what you're
just flow controls on a pneumatic cylinder is all they are. Yep.
Yep.
One's you're out, one's you're in.
Yep.
So, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with. Pull your chip tray out, you can get down into your coolant tank, just standard coolant maintenance. If you've got a shop vac to pull any tramp oil and stuff off the top of it, that works pretty well. But it almost needs to be a dedicated shop vac at that point.
We have a coolant pump.
You have a sump sucker or something?
Recycling.
Okay. So with that being said, it might be just easier just to suck it clean, suck it out, put some new in every 6 months or so. So kind of depends on your workload over here. So they probably covered your oil up here, your ISO 32, which is over there. Just keep that full.
Now, is that hydraulic oil?
It's just basically hydraulic, DTE 32 hydraulic oil.
That's what's in that.
That's what's in this
That
area.
oil?
Yeah, we haven't labeled it yet because we weren't sure what it was. Because it came from inside the factory.
Yep.
And nobody knows what it is.
We do.
I wouldn't know this one.
Mystery. You've got it now, it sounds like. The big one that they talked about was there are 2 nozzles. These nozzles here, looks like you've extended them for additional flushing. Those nozzles, as they were sitting back where they were, are designed to keep chips flushed off of that wave cover, because that's where that chip, or your parts, excuse me, that's where the tool changer slides forward at. So that's more for flushing. But there isn't a lot of coolant flow onto the part, so maybe just take one of those and use it for coolant flow onto the part, and use the other one to keep that that cover, at least the top of it, keep it flushed off real well. Otherwise, you're going to wear your seals out pretty quick, picking up chips and stuff. That's really about all there is to it.
So where's that switch you just turned on?
So there's just the main switch right here.
And then you're turning off the gear also.
Turn off the air as well, yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And then it's just going to boot up.
The same box. I've seen it before.
These are Windows-based machines, so proper startup shutdown procedures are important. So you're going to come up to here, you notice your set home and your open temp is all grayed out. That's because we fired up, but one thing they didn't label was this is your servos. So you have to turn your servos on. You get that, servos are going to come on. Pump circulates way loop, and you notice set home's now active. So So the very first thing you need to do is hit set home. Ready to begin, close the door and hit go. So we hit cycle start. It's going to go through its homing process.
Where's the reservoir?
Over, you can hear it running. It's right there in the corner, back left corner.
Okay, from this screen, if you need to get back to that main, what I call, and they call the power-up screen, you'd hit mode, which brings you to the main menu, and then hit restore. That takes you back to setting your home where service codes are. Service codes for Southwestern Industries or Trak is parameters, essentially. You shouldn't need to be in there playing around too much. One thing you might have, which we don't have a USB in here, we'll need to get one. I noticed you got a network too. I got to check into networking setup. That's something we've never done. But if we had a USB in here, it's going to have an open temp. So what that open temp is let's say you're running a part and it's quitting time, so, and you know you're going to have to continue to run this part tomorrow, you're going to go ahead and save that as a temp file. You can save the program itself to the thumb drive, but then you can save a temp file. What that does when it saves the temp file, it saves all your tool offsets, all your work offsets, your part zeros, it saves all of that. So in the morning when you come in, all you got to do is hit open temp, you're ready to start running. You don't got to reset anything, because with Trak machines, they're designed for quick setup R&D type scenarios like you're doing. They lose all their values when you shut them down, and you lose all your tool offsets, your work offsets, or your parts zeros. You lose all of that information. So every day you got to reset that. So that's where the open temp comes in really handy. Is you know you're going to be running this again tomorrow, save it as a temp. When you come in, open it, and away you go. This is also where you would shut down. So this is the standard screen, the home screen that you're going to deal with the most. So to shut down, you would just hit mode, which would take you back to this screen, and then hit restore, and that's where you would shut down. And it's going to go through a quick little shutdown process, and then a message is going to come up on the screen saying, go ahead and shut the main power off. I'm just going to go through the basic screens. It's really a pretty basic controller. So you can program primarily shop floor or CAD CAM. Okay, and you have a post that's going to work with it. Okay. So your file extension on that needs to be a GCD. Do we want to stop?
No, you're good.
Well, we wanted to do like 8 minutes as much as 9 minutes. Maybe stop and then restart it too.
Okay.
Can I just add some input? So
You can do whatever.
what we'd like to do is have you go through some concepts that would be about 8 minutes to 9 minutes concepts, and then we just stop and then restart the video thing, so we have chunks of things that we don't have to edit.
Machine power up.
So power up is what you've been going over. So maybe when we're done
Go.
with power up, we'll stop it and restart it again.
So you've already got power up recorded.
We already done
Recording.
with that, but let's,
Okay.
Would you keep that in the first?
I can see there's a timer going on there.
But no longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's really machine power up there in a nutshell. So we could stop there.
Okay, so we're going to stop that.